Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Squared Circle Speak episode. And today we have got a fun one. We are fantasy booking again, but this time we're going back to the mid 2000s and we're going back to ECW with Rob Van Dam's run as ECW and WWE champion. Both very, very underwhelming due to the circumstances in which he was fired or suspended. So we're gonna go back. If that never happened, what would his reign of WWE and ECW champions look like? Because
All right, Ryan. So let's take it back to then. Okay, he beat John Cena, right?
he beat John Cena at one
It
night
was
stand.
it was a crazy match with the crowd. This is actually relevant because the crowd kind of made that match.
Yeah.
And just like the crowd in France. So, but yeah, this his run ended because of he got caught with marijuana. So
Yeah.
him and Sabu. Kind of reminiscent of Iron Sheik and Hacksaw back in the day. But yeah, so he beat John Cena. So do you think he should have had a rematch with John Cena?
So, so he in real life, his first defense of the WWE Championship was against Edge.
Right.
I think you keep that. You keep Van Dam defeating Edge at Vengeance, and then the next pay-per-view, which would have been the Great American Bash, you do John Cena and Rob Van Dam.
Mm-hmm.
I think Van Dam wins again.
Okay.
Because in real life they didn't even have the WWE title on the. Oh, that was a SmackDown pay-per-view. That's right. They did these fucking. The next pay-per-view would have been SummerSlam, which I feel
So
like
he had to have a big one at SummerSlam. What do you do at Summer? It had to be the rematch, right?
yeah, at SummerSlam I would have done. In real life, it was Edge and Cena. Edge could have moved on to something else. You do the rematch, Rob Van Dam versus John Cena. Maybe put a stipulation on it.
Oh yeah, definitely a ladder match.
A ladder match.
Seeing Cena in a ladder match, because then RVD beats Cena again, but this time he doesn't pin him.
Yeah, so you keep Cena strong. So then, who does he go after next? At Unforgiven, that feud's got to be over. So then at Unforgiven, who would have he would it be Orton?
First you have him defended on TV.
Okay.
And you have him defended against a returning Jerry Lynn.
The WWE title or the ECW title? What do we do?
Well, he had both at the same time, right?
Yes, he was a double champion.
All right. Well, okay. Let's backtrack a little bit. So when did he get the ECW belt?
So So he won it at one night stand. The next on Tuesday was when he was awarded the ECW title. So he had immediately after he was holding both titles.
All right. So on ECW, I say we go down memory lane. First, he defends against Sabu.
That's where I was gonna head.
And then yeah, you have Jerry Lynn at the next whatever. They weren't really doing ECW pay-per-views.
Yeah, I mean,
so
I feel like though, if Van Dam would have kept the title, I feel like they probably would have gave him a couple pay-per-views.
So here's what I'm thinking. At SummerSlam, okay,
He wrestles twice.
He wrestles twice, and he loses his ECW title, and he loses it to a up and coming CM Punk.
See, I was gonna have CM Punk win it, but I was gonna have him win it at December to Dismember.
Okay, I mean, well, yeah, because that's
Punk
ECW.
showed up on when did Punk? He made his debut in WCW. His first match was August 1st. So if you have him win it that at SummerSlam, he's winning it his first month in the company.
Okay.
I think you wait.
So all right, so who else would you have in ECW at that time? Like, do you have Mark Henry? Do you have Viscera? Do you have?
I would have had him go through the originals. He can defeat against Credible, Sandman, Dreamer.
Not credible.
Not credible. Okay, well, fine. You don't like
that? Yeah, SummerSlam you have a Dreamer. Have Dreamer.
Yeah, SummerSlam you do Dreamer. He beats Dreamer. I think Punk is a heel in ECW.
Yeah.
I feel like Punk is playing his straight edge gimmick to the T, where he is yelling at he basically tells everybody, you're straight edge. I'm straight.
I feel like RVD's kind of a heel though at this point.
Is he a heel? I don't know.
Yeah, because he was kind of playing up
He
like
was
he
a
was kind
heel
of back.
on Raw, but I don't know if he was really a heel in ECW. Like he was kind
Well,
of
yeah, but he was kind of going back to his roots because in ECW, the people don't realize this,
he was a
but
heel.
in ECW, he was a heel more than he was a face.
Okay, so CM Punk's okay, so Pete Dunne's the face, yeah. So Robin
Yeah,
and so yeah, he takes on all the good guys, you know. Even Angle was still there at this time.
yeah. So yeah, I think
SummerSlam,
I think I think
SummerSlam,
before.
you do Angle and Bank.
Okay, okay.
That's a
Or
big
Survivor Series. There's still
or
Survivor Series too.
yeah.
Yeah, Survivor Series you do Angle.
When okay, so he loses the WWE the ECW championship. I think 1-on-1. They don't do the fucking elimination chamber. It's Rob Van Dam, CM Punk, first time ever
Yeah,
at December to December. Punk beats Van Dam.
got it.
That's when he loses the ECW title. When does he
Hmm.
lose the WWE title? Does he hold it till when? That's the thing.
Well, so I'd say you have him and Jeff Hardy at Royal Rumble.
Ooh, Jeff
Okay,
Hardy.
you have a good because his first pay-per-view match in WWE was Jeff Hardy for the hardcore title.
Mm-hmm.
So you relive that, and you have them have that match, and then who won the Royal Rumble then? Who won the Royal Rumble that year?
Who won the 2007 Royal Rumble? Let's see. Let's get there. So I don't remember. The winner of the 2007 Royal Rumble was The Undertaker.
Oh man!
He was
All right,
definitely going after Batista, probably.
okay.
Well, so hmm.
So you have him go after Batista. Let's see, who else could we have? It's got to be Randy Orton.
Randy Orton and Van Dam at Mania.
Yeah, and then you have a crazy spot where he hits the RKO out of nowhere off a frog splash, and you have that
That's
huge
better than
spot.
what either one of them did at the real Mania, because this would have been Mania 23. So this
Right.
that would have been better than anything either one of them did in that fucking Mania anyway.
Yep. And then that's how his title run ends, Ryan. You got Randy Orton hitting him with an RKO out of nowhere off the 5-star frog splash. He gets like super high. Fucking Randy Orton beats him. And that's his run. And you know what? That'd be a fucking hell of a run. That's what, like
June
seven,
to
8 months?
it would
9
be
months?
from June to April.
Yeah. Because I mean that'd been a hell of a run for RVD.
Okay. So we did that. That's fine. I like that. He holds the ECW title less than the WWE title, but you establish Punk as the next guy on
Mm-hmm.
ECW. He can go on and he can defend the title at Mania against Test or fucking
Okay.
somebody. Who knows? This whole time, though, what is John Cena doing? Because in
All
real
right. So
life, he
John
was the
Cena,
champion the whole time. So this,
yeah. So John Cena's got to go do something else, right? So John Cena's in feuds with obviously Edge because him and Edge had a big feud.
yeah.
So you have them get personal and have it real serious, and they still do what they ended up doing, just with no title involved. And then after that, you have a returning Brock Lesnar. Somehow you coax Brock Lesnar to come back, and you have Cena and Lesnar at Mania.
So you have Cena, Lesnar, RVD, Randy Orton. You have Undertaker, Batista. Then you can just do Shawn Michaels, Triple H. No, Triple H is injured, but we say he didn't get injured. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and then CM Punk and whoever for the ECW title. That's a better Mania than they put together.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how his reign would have really went. Obviously, he only held it for fucking from for like a month. Like he barely held the title. He went it from June to July.
He
So
did end up fighting Shawn Michaels. Oh wait, that was when Shawn Michaels held it. Never mind.
that was when he was world champion. Yeah. The
Yep.
only people he defended against, like when Van Dam was champion, was Edge and Cena. That's it.
Yep.
He beat Cena for it. He defended against Edge at Vengeance. He defeated Kurt Angle to retain the ECW world title. And then on the July 3rd episode of Raw, he lost it to Edge in a triple threat. And then the next night, he lost the ECW world title to Big Show.
Yep.
So that was it. Like he did nothing. Like he only held it, I think he had one match maybe with Sabu or something. But yeah, he barely did anything with it. It was such a shitty thing. I mean, yeah, he got, arrested. But I just always wondered what he would have done with both those titles. Because there's no
Well,
way he was holding both of them for very long. I don't
no, but let's pivot. Let's pivot here and think about this. RVD comes into the WWE 2002,
Yep.
right?
Well, 2001, but into 2001.
Yeah. So, all right, immediately one of the most over people.
Yep.
Yeah, he can't talk that well, but if you would have just let him be RVD at ECW, where he's just cocky bad guy, because that was what he could do. They try to make him a face,
Well,
and
when he first came in, he was part of the Alliance, and that's kind of what he was.
yeah,
He
and
was
they
just
should have
the
stayed that.
cocky Van Dam.
Yeah, because that's what he was. He had the best matches. He liked to show off, but yeah, dude. I mean, that guy was so over, Ryan. This guy should have been multiple time WWE champion.
Yeah.
He should have been. He should have been your next Shawn Michaels, your next Chris Jericho, because Chris Jericho was on his way out at one point, and he should have been that guy. There's no reason he shouldn't have been that guy.
Yep.
And everybody in the company was telling them that he should have been that guy. And I don't know what the freak was wrong with the people in charge. But yeah, Rob Van Dam should have been multiple time WWE champion, should have won the Royal Rumble once, should have fucking won the Money in the Bank, which he did. And yeah, I mean, you go all the way with this guy.
I
The
mean,
crowd loved it.
he came in during the Alliance at No Mercy. He was involved. He had a match for the WWE Championship. Between it was a triple threat, him, Stone Cold, and Kurt Angle. And then, he was still over. He was the fourth pick in the first ever draft, which tells you how high they were on him. I mean, he was picked fourth. And the only people picked above him were like Undertaker and The Rock and people like that. Like, I mean, and then he was the runner up in the 2002 King of the Ring. So like he was always right there.
Yeah.
And then he had a feud with Triple H for the world title. I mean, he was always right there on the cups of being world champion. And then they finally gave it to him, and then it all went to shit immediately. And it's just like, man, he should have been a multi-time world champion. Won Money in the Bank. I don't know how long it was going to last in real life, because I don't see they would have had him hold both titles for very long.
All right.
But I actually think in real life he probably was going to lose the WWE Championship before he lost the ECW Championship.
Yeah, I agree.
But, it was such a shame that he didn't hold it for very long. And but I do like, him and Punk, because I feel like that may have been what Paul had. And I feel like this whole thing ruined ECW altogether.
It did.
That was when Vince said, fuck it, I'm taking over. I'm not doing this. I'm taking over. And he lost all faith in ECW. I feel like if Van Dam would have still been champion, they probably would have had more than one pay-per-view for ECW.
Oh, yeah.
They probably would have brought back, Barely Legal or something like that. I think they would have had more pay-per-views, but Vince lost all faith in it. And it ruined the entire ECW. Paul Heyman would have never left, probably. I mean, I think Van Dam getting suspended just ruined the entire ECW brand.
Yeah,
it was such a downward spiral of the whole brand, because Vince was like, I'm done with all of you.
Yeah.
It sucks. You could have went from Van Dam being the heel, Punk being the face. They could have feuded for a long time, for the title, and then you have Van Dam as the face of DCW still, even though he's not champion. I mean, yeah, he could have feuded with. I'm looking at the WWE, the Raw roster. I mean, he could have feuded with, Edge. There was Cena. There was Kane. They had history.
Jericho's still there.
Jericho was still there. Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. I mean, there were plenty of people for him to feud with for the title.
Mm-hmm.
So it sucks so bad. I just wanted to talk about it because, man, I was so excited when Van Dam won, and then it all went to crap so quick.
Right.
From he's everything to nothing. He was suspended for 30 days and then came back and was just never the same again.
Yep.
Like, God, because yeah, I mean, the ECW title was still defended on SummerSlam and shit, but Big Show was holding it and was having shitty matches. Could
Yeah.
you imagine if they had Sabu and Van Dam at SummerSlam?
If they would have let him go.
If they would have let them go, that would have been great. If they would have had their own pay per view again, because the one night stand pay per views were so crazy. If they would have really legitimately just let ECW be its own brand and had Van Dam as the face and the shit they could have done, sucks so bad. Sucks so bad.
Yeah.
Man, just thinking back, like, man. But yeah, that's Rob Van Dam's run. We kind of sped through it, but we weren't gonna go in depth on every title defense and everything. He was just hit the big stuff. I feel like what we did was better than what they would have done anyway. Probably.
Oh, absolutely.
Uh, I do like the Punk thing and feuding with Orton. Even they could have had Triple H taken off of Mania if he wouldn't have got injured. But I think you have a couple months of feud with Cena, a couple months feud with Edge, and then move on to you could have him have a 1 month feud with Kane, and then all that stuff. So, Van Dam was always one of my favorites. It was such a shame when he 1 month champion, but if you would have booked it differently, let us know in the comments. And if you have a scenario or a storyline or a championship reign or even a full pay-per-view or something that you would like to see us fantasy book, let us know. It can be a future thing, it could be a past thing, or a current thing. Let us know in the comments below something you want us to fantasy book, and we will look at that and we will find one we want to. Next week, we're going to have a whole new slate of shows for you all 5 days, so tune in for that. He is Nathan. I am Ryan. Thank you for listening and watching Squared Circle Speak. And yeah, we'll see you next week for another week of videos.
Later.